Okay, today we're going to start off right where we left, and that's with the song created and called Paige Andderson. We are going to start working with the input section. As you can see, we have sources A through H, and that's A once again through H. You'll see that A through D are phantom powered, and they are, if I turn around to the back, you'll see that they are microphone quarter-inch combos, so I can have a quarter-inch and or a microphone jack on here. And inputs E through H are your normal quarter-inch inputs, if you can see that. Now what I'm going to do is show you how to design your input section. I've noticed that on most machines that you have to bounce tracks over and over, but you don't have to do that on this machine. What you can do is click input. While holding input, you can, in my case, I have input A, and I'm going to have that go to track number 6. All I have to do is hold input down and hit select at the same time, and now the information that I'm recording will be on track 6. And that goes for anything going on here from tracks 1 to 12. The same thing applies for 13 through 24, but if you notice, they are stereo tracks that you can record single inputs onto, which will give you, these as mono tracks and are stereo tracks. So let's say I have a synthesizer that is stereo or workstation. I can click these together. I'll hold down A and B, and now A and B are stereo. So if I was to go to my pan, you would see that inputs 1 and 2 are in stereo, hard panned left, hard pan right, 60 degrees apiece, right? And if I wanted to, I would just hold on to B and click select on tracks 13 and 14, and now everything that's going through inputs A and B will be on tracks 13 and 14, and so on and so forth. Now I must add that, if you can see, you can only link the two inputs that are next to each other. So you can link A and B together, you can link C and D, you can link E and F, G and H. You are not able to link A and D. That's not going to be a go. And the same thing with A and C or any of the other ones. You can only link the ones that are adjacent to each other. So you have A and B, C and D, E and F, G and H. Alright? Same thing down here. You can link channels 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8, 9 and 10, 11 and 12. Over here they are pre-linked for you. So 13 and 14, 15 and 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, and 23, 24. Those are all linked for you. You can use these as single tracks and or stereo tracks. If you use 13 and 14 as single tracks, you know you're going to have to pull up the volume on it, and you're going to have to use the pan knob. Let's say you recorded on 13 and not 14, then you're going to use the pan knob on 13 to center and or pan the track. All right, so that's inputs. Now let's talk about sending level through, because I noticed that a lot of people will will send level through and just choke the gain at 0 and or right under there. I'm here letting you know that this machine is just like a computer-based DAW. The noise floor in this machine is just about the same as a computer-based DAW, so you do not have to burn the information onto it like you would be doing to a tape-based machine. So you can literally record right at -16 if you need that that perforated line here to be your guide. But everybody knows at this point that -18 is the standard. So I would, if I were someone new to recording, just keep my levels right at the perforated line or below it. All right, not too far below it. Well, I'm talking like 2 decibels less than this, so that you would have that -18. So I would just go ahead and pay attention to that. And what I'm going to do now is hook up the guitar and let you see what I'm talking about as far as getting the level correct. So give me one moment. So forgive me. I'm going to just be strumming the guitar, not really chording anything. I'm talking about adding level. So right now we're getting barely any level. I'm going to go to input A, and I'm going to bring it to right about 12 o'clock. Okay, and let's see the difference. Right there, you're peaking at -16, and even though you don't see the negatives there, that is what that is. It's below 0. It's -16. That is just about all the level you need to get a good recording here, because once again, you got to remember that the noise floor on this machine is the same or just about the same as with a DAW, a computer-based DAW. Give me one moment. I'm just going to record that so that I don't have to keep doing it. Now I'm going to tell you that when you are finished with your mix down and you go into the mastering, you're going to be deficient of volume. It's not going to be hitting that 0 dB that you would like. So you're going to have to do your master and then run it back into the Tascam and add a few dBs. You're going to dB it up, basically. So you're going to be using, if you're going to be using this machine as your mastering machine also, you're going to work with it just like you would if you were sending off the product to be mastered by a mastering engineer. You're going to record your mix down at -10 dB, and then you're going to send it out of the machine and then run it back, run your 2-track master back into the machine, preferably on another partition, and then you're going to dB up the final mix down to make it a master. Alright, so we will go through all of that in our later episodes, but right now I just wanted to go over getting good level. And once again, I had that trim volume at 12 o'clock. I was on track 1, and all you need for good recording and to have enough headspace and headroom for other instruments when you're mixing down, so you're not ending up adding all types of EQ and compression and stuff, is to keep that level right about under -16, under that perforated line, either peaking on that -16 and or right under it. All right. Thank you so much for watching. You have a good day, and tomorrow we will be going over. I guess tomorrow we'll work on making a whole song, filling out all the tracks, and from that point on, I'll just show you how to do things as I'm working on the unit. All right, so you guys have a good day, and see you on tomorrow. I just